This is it. The start of the why your driver will win the 2019 championship. And of course, we're starting off with seeding, so we are starting off with Kyle Busch. He is the #1 overall seed. For updates on which videos are when, I will be going in playoff order, but if you want to know when they're released, I will announce it on Twitter a few hours prior, or at least I'll try to do it as early as I can to announce it on Twitter. But I'm trying to do as many videos as I can, probably 2 a day. That might not happen, though, depending on my schedule, so it all depends. You just have to check Twitter for updates if you want updates on that. But let's get into it. Kyle Busch, why he will win the 2019 championship. Well, we got a few points here. He is the top of the playoffs seeds. He's got 4 wins. He's got the most playoff points, so he's got that rolling for him. He obviously can't crash out all 3 races and make it, but he just needs to get the top 20, and he'll be fine every race. That's very approximate. Obviously, he'll need at least 1 good finish, some stage points most likely, but I expect him to get through the first round pretty easily. Second round as well, assuming he accumulates some more playoff points. But the playoff points are on his side. It's to his advantage. I don't see him with all those playoff points compared to everyone else missing or getting eliminated early. I see him in the championship for. But playoff preview, full thing Wednesday. By the way, I forgot to say that. But I just don't see him missing anything because he's got all those playoff points. So he's got that to his advantage. Another thing he has is to his advantage. He has won at every track, and unless you count the Roval as a separate track, which technically it is, but he has won everywhere. He's like, just name any of the playoff tracks, he's won there. He starts off his home track, Las Vegas. I think he's won, I don't know how many Richmond races he's won. And then obviously he's got success everywhere else. He's won everywhere else. And then just, 4 years ago, he won the championship at Miami. He won at Homestead Miami Speedway, won the championship there. So he has shown that he is capable of getting it done in this format. But he has also shown, like last year, where Joey Logano beat everyone, which was a surprise. But he has won everywhere, so that's a huge advantage to him that he's successful at every track, especially the playoff tracks. When you look at the playoff tracks, Richmond, he's done very well at. Recently, Martinsville, he's done very well at. He's done pretty well at Phoenix. I think he's won the last 2 Phoenix races. So he has had success everywhere in the playoffs. It's just a matter if he can get it done. One of the problems, though, he hasn't won since, I think it was Spring Pocono. He's got 4 wins on the season, but he hasn't won in a while. Pocono, Bristol, ISM, and Auto Club. Yeah, he hasn't won since Pocono. So, I mean, it's not like they've done terrible. He's got 21 top 10s on the season out of 26 races, 13 top 5s. So he's gotten top 5s for the first half of the season. It's just a matter of, can they get some more wins, get some more playoff points? And then obviously the Homestead race. But mile and a half, so you got to get some wins there. I'll talk about that with some other drivers, like why their success. They need some more success on mile and a halves. Obviously, Kyle Busch's wins this year have come on a half mile, a 1 mile, but that is a crucial race. That Phoenix race is crucial as the cutoff to make it to the championship. A 2 mile at Auto Club, and then, of course, the 2.5 mile at Pocono. So with all these different tracks, none of those are really similar to playoff tracks, but they can do it. Okay, I don't know how else to state it, but they can do it. Kyle Busch's team has done very well in the past. Last year they had 8 wins. This year they have 4 wins. I expect them to be up front in the playoffs. I expect them to win races in the playoffs. So he's got a very good shot at the championship. He's got the playoff points racked up. He should go through. The round of 8 should be his most challenging round when it comes to advancing. And he should, if he can get some points there, he's good, assuming the other guys with a lot of playoff points make it. Obviously, other playoff drivers are going to win the playoffs, win stages, win races, so they're going to gain more playoff points. So if Kyle Busch wants to stay ahead of the pack and basically make him a lock to Miami by the end of the second round, he just needs to keep on adding playoff points because everyone else is going to be doing it. Denny Hamlin's going to win races. Kevin Harvick's going to win races. Martin Truex Jr. is going to win races. All these other playoff guys are going to win races, and they could catch up to Kyle Busch if Kyle Busch doesn't keep up with getting these playoff points. So he just needs to focus on getting these playoff points just basically locking himself into Miami. And then obviously Miami, it's one race for the championship, and he has shown that he can do it before. He's won it in 2015, and I believe he can do it again. He's got a very good shot at it. But yeah, it was a shorter one than I expected, but for Kyle Busch, it's pretty straightforward. Very talented driver. He's got some hunger. He's got so many wins, but he's only got one Cup championship, so he'll be wanting another one. But yeah, so looking forward to how he does. See how he does in the playoffs. Next up will be Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin might come out tonight. I don't know. I will post that on Twitter if I'm making that video tonight or if it'll be tomorrow. Then we got, I think, Truex, Harvick, Logano, Keselowski, Elliott, and then on and on and on. But that's all I got. Next Hamlin, as I said. If you like this, leave it a big fat like. Tell me the thoughts in the comments, your thoughts on Kyle Busch and his shot at the championship. As we continue to go through, you can tell me how you feel about everyone. Then Wednesday will be the big playoff predictions video where I will predict each round, each race, who I think is going to win the championship. And I might stick with my preseason pick.